Good morning, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout. BK Presents Radio Podcast Program aired on Rainier Avenue Radio World on Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Just go to RainierAvenueRadio.world and you can hear my show live on Friday at 9 a.m. On Sundays, BK Presents program is premiered on Sundays. So my show comes on Sundays at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then also 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes. And if you want to be a guest on my show, send me an email. You see the ticker liner below. Just send me an email, picture, digital bio. Send me an email about what you want to talk about. Also, I'm looking forward to interviewing music artists, Christian people that have businesses, community workers, and civic workers. And also, if you have a ministry, we would love to talk to you. If you've written a book, we would love to talk to you. If you have an overcoming testimony, we would love to talk to you. If you got a story to tell, we want you to tell your story, and we will listen, and we will talk, and allow you to go deep and share your personal life story, your community story, your church story, and your spiritual story. So this is BK. Today, we're going to be talking about freedom from anger, the problem and solutions for women, men, and in relationships. And even sometimes we need to find the problem and solutions for our friendships and our business relationships, our civic relationships, and our community relationships. The information that I'm talking from is from Celebrate Recovery. So here's one of the problems I'm going to read. I'm going to read the solutions, and man, we're just going to use this as a guideline. Case point problem from a woman's perspective. As women who struggle with anger, we may not recognize that our anger has foundations in other basic emotions, usually fear and pain. These basic emotions may have become damaged as adults or when we are children. Some of us may have been abused or neglected as children, as teenagers, and adults. Others may have lost a parent or a loved one by their death. Many of us may have been abused or cheated on by a spouse, a boyfriend, a husband, an engaged partner. We may have learned how to express anger inappropriately from our parents and other relatives or friends. We did not realize that when we lashed out in anger, we were ignoring our fear, our pain, and other deep hurts, habit, or hang-up. Others of us did not even realize we were struggling with the anger inside as we lashed out, as we talked, as the anger was triggered by something. Because we did not express it, but rather we stuffed it down and kept it silent. And this is something that is kind of taught in different religious circles, even in our black communities, our black families. sometimes we're taught to stuff down our feelings. We're taught to ignore what happened to us. We're taught to keep silent. And stuffing down those feelings about what happened to you, your abuse. And abuse is not always physical. Abuse becomes most of the time it's verbal, it's emotional, it's financial. Yes, so imagine someone being physically abused in a relationship, whether it's a man or a woman. They're being physically abused, emotionally abused, verbally abused, and financially abused. This can happen for a woman where they lose their personality, they lose their desire to love, to lead, to openly express themselves and their anger. And that's when it gets dangerous in relationships, when a man or a woman exerts so much control. It can happen in church where someone's being verbally abused, physically abused, mentally abused, financially abused, and spiritually abused. So if you're angry about something, we have to learn healthy ways to express our anger, how to communicate our anger, and know if you're being physically abused and financially abused, do not stuff it down. Do not be silent. Talk to someone in your family. Talk to one of your girlfriends. Talk to people in leadership in church, in community, so that these problems of abuse can be handled with love and care. And someone, even going to a mental health specialist, even getting a case manager, an advisor, a life coach, these are very important to be expressing what is happening to you in your relationship, in your marriage, whether you are a man or a woman. See, something happens when you shine a light on a problem. Then that problem can be addressed. People will know how to pray for you. People will know how to talk to you. People will know how to help you get the help that you need so that you can be free from the anger and free from the abuse. Do not keep silent if you're physically abused. Do not keep silent if you're mentally abused. Do not keep silent if you're financially abused. Do not keep silent. And if you need to join a group like Celebrate Recovery, if you need to go to a women's circle where you can talk about certain things, if you need one-on-one counseling, someone to advise you, a life coach, case manager, those are things to help you live in a life of full freedom so that you can move forward, make high-quality decisions. As our lives and relationships progress, we may have been addicted to the physical symptoms of anger. Some of us may have felt a momentary eleuthia as the anger was released. Some of us did not recognize we were actually hurting our loved ones and ourselves in the process. In the heat of the moment, releasing our anger was that matter. Some of us felt our anger was just justified based on the object of anger's actions. If he hadn't to come home late from work, I wouldn't have had to yell at him. Or if she had not talked back to me, I would not have slapped her. Or my husband or my wife deserves me calling him or her names, yelling and fighting because he cheated, because he lost the money, because they lost their job. Let's go back to this. If she or he hadn't come home late from work, I would not have to have a yelling match with him or her. If she was not calling him names and yelling and fighting because he cheated on her, or if she had not talked back, I would not have had to slap her. So you have to learn. I think a lot of couples in relationships, whether you're married, whether you're engaged, whether you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, I think couples counseling is so important to get the help you need to learn how to communicate in a peaceful way, not an angry way, so that both parties can look at the problem, can look at the issues, and by going to couples counseling, you can look at the problem, not each other, but look at the problem, look at the issue, and see how the couples counselors or the mentoring couples can solve the problem, create a safe place to express yourself so that you can move on and have a happy, healthy relationships. Many of us feel intense shame and guilt over the actions that have committed during our unhealthy expression of anger. See? So many people, whether it's a man or a woman, they feel guilty and shame after they cuss somebody out, after you done degraded somebody, after you were verbally abusive, physically abusive, financially abusive, emotional abusive, spiritually abusive, and then you've done all those things and then you want to step back, then you feel shame, then you feel sad, then you want to go out and buy roses, you want to go out and do something good, buy clothes, try to be nice, rake up the grass, wash the dishes, help clean up the house. Why? You feeling guilty, and what else? You already know you want that intimate relationship at night or in the morning. We grown folks talking up in here, y'all. We have vowed to never act that way again, only to find ourselves back in the same situation, unable to change under our own power. Anger has confused us, gotten the better of us time and time again. So yes, what usually happens in a lot of the abusive situations, the abuser feels ashamed and sorry, and they never gonna do it again. Oh, baby, please forgive me. On the man's side and on the woman's side. Or the anger and the abuse is going back and forth. Imagine the man abusing the woman abusing the man. They just abusing each other. This is why couples need high quality mentors to walk new couples, struggling couples, mentor them into healthy actions, healthy interactions with the person that they say they love. Some of us did not understand that God is a God, that anger is a God-given emotion, and that we could use it in a healthy, productive ways. Being angry meant that we weren't bad, somehow faulty, even that we were not Christians. We have all allowed our shame and our guilt to create the false belief that we could not turn to God for his comfort, his strength, and his guidance. We did not feel worthy of his help for love. We remained stuck in using anger as a coping mechanism to get desired results from others. This is wild. So people are using emotional anger, financial anger, spiritual anger, verbal anger, using it as a tool and a mechanism to get your desired results and actions from others, whether it's a woman, man, or a couple. Okay, it's time to talk about solutions, guys. And the first solution, evaluate the anger. Anger is one of my 10 basic God-given emotions. The emotions can be constructive or destructive, depending upon my response. The focus of this group is giving Jesus a nanosecond, just 1 or 2 or 3 seconds to focus and refocus, to think before you talk, to help me use all my emotions according to God's design for my life, and to appropriately change my pattern of relating to my responsibilities to other people I love, whether it is a woman or a man, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged couple, or those in marriage couples. It is both healthy and necessary to feel anger and to talk about my anger. So couples need to be able to sit down in a safe place within their space to talk about being angry and expressing the anger without it turning into a yelling match and a fighting match. So brothers, hear me out. There are times when you need to let your wife, your girlfriend, your engaged partner, you need to sit down and let her express her anger. And you listen. Maybe not to listen to solve the problem, but you listen, and you can tell your partner that you're listening. And if we need to go to couples counseling to get answers and tools to overcome and practices to overcome our bad relationship behaviors, that's a plus win for the couple, the family, and the friendship. It is both healthy and necessary to feel anger and to talk about your anger. I should recognize anger as my own emotion and avoid hurting the objects of my anger, keeping my anger as a feeling and not an action. Looking at anger as a feeling may also reveal a larger hurt, habit, or hang-up that is hiding behind the anger. It is what I do with my feelings that will allow me to fall into sin. I need to check the motives of my behavior. Rudeness under disguise of being honest is still dang on rudeness. There are two kinds of anger: healthy adaptive anger and unhealthy needless anger. Healthy anger is based on being protective of myself and others. Unhealthy, needless anger is based on my resentment, which leads to a desiring revenge. Recognizing and accepting my responsibility for unhealthy, needless anger is the first step towards true freedom from anger. Solution number 2. Daily quiet time with God. Anger causes me to live in conflict and not peace. I will try to remember that God is in charge of my life. He loves me unconditionally. I will commit to having a daily quiet time with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Taking a time out. When I feel my body arousal, I need to recognize that a sign that I am getting angry. I will use time out to isolate myself from the trigger for my anger and to prevent the anger from becoming too intense. I will ask myself, what is making me angry? Then I will ask myself, how is this trigger about me? I will appraise the situation to keep my behavior under control. I will do something physical to release the adrenaline rush and energy in a healthy way, such as going for a walk, cleaning the closet. I will avoid alcohol, caffeine, and other medicated substances during time out. Looking at anger as a feeling may also reveal a larger hurt, a larger habit, or a larger hang-up that is hiding behind the anger. Confronting in love. After the timeout, I will go back and deal with what made me angry. If I leave an issue unresolved, it is likely to return. I will not use the confrontation as an opportunity to blame, shame, or seek revenge, or to rationalize my anger. Examples of confronting in love while stating my feelings are, I love you. Here's how this action makes me feel. Or you can say, I feel devalued when this is said or done toward me. Work the 12 steps and connect with others. I will commit to working the 12 steps to attend regularly, celebrate recovery meetings, and to getting an accountability partner for my anger management. We strongly suggest that each woman and each man obtain a life recovery Bible and the participants' guides, which are the tools we use in Celebrate Recovery. The next solution, forgive. I will become willing to forgive myself and others. The Lord forgave you as you must be willing to forgive others. Colossians 3:13 NLT. Forgiveness is not forgetting what has happened. Forgiveness is changing the way I think. Forgiveness is my giving up my desire for revenge. Yes, we must forgive and learn how to forgive. And then self-control. Self-control is a mark of spiritual maturity, which giving in to outward anger, raging, or giving the silent treatment, which is stuffing, denotes the exact opposite. I will ask myself before I speak, is what I'm going to say true? Is what I'm going to say, is it kind? And is what I'm going to say, is it necessary? Wow, that was good teaching, you guys. We're at 24 minutes. Thank you for listening to Freedom from Anger, Freedom to Address the Problem in Relationships. I think that was a good reading, Freedom from Anger. I'll keep doing this until I get more downloads from heaven on what I should say. I will do some more studying on this subject matter because we need to be free from the anger so that we can focus in on the blessings that God has for us. This is BK International Talent Scout, aired on Rainier Avenue Radio World. We're coming to you live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for listening and looking forward to our next exciting topic.